Now we will deal with types of poetry. The main classification of poetry includes lyric, epic, dramatic and satire. And lyric is can again be classified into song, ode, ballad, elegy, sonnets, etc. Now in general, today I will be discussing 21 types of poetry to you. Epic poetry is a long narrative poetry which narrates the extraordinary doings of extraordinary people or legends. In the ancient literature, the type of one elegy, example of an elegy can be Homer's Odyssey. In Indian literature, in Indian epics are Mahabharata and Ramayana. Then the next type of poetry is ode. Ode is addressing an inanimate object and taking it as a messenger, and it is like describing or glorifying or praising an individual or an event, describing nature, etc. The example of ode is Keats' Ode to a Nightingale, where he asked Nightingale to take him along with him. Okay, and the next is ballads. Ballads are stories set in the form of poems. Example is S.T. Coleridge's The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Next is elegy. Elegy is mourning the death of a beloved friend or a relative. The example can be Milton's Lycidas, which is also a pastoral elegy done in pastoral setting, where he bereaves Edward King. When you use bereave, the word bereave means mourning the death of. Okay, so you just use bereaves Edward King. The modern type of elegy is W.H. Auden's In Memory of W.B. Yeats, because usually in elegy, nature will be mourning. Okay, and the person who died will be praised. But in memory of W.B. Yeats, he says that how much W.B. Yeats could not be a successful poet, and then he will not be remembered and all those things. And instead of using the images of nature, the images that are used there is of airport, nurse, etc. So it's a kind of modern elegy. So next type of poetry is sonnets. Sonnets are 14-line poems, either as written as an octave and sestet, or 3 quatrains with a couplet. Octave in the sense the first stanza will consist of 8 lines. Sestet in the sense the next stanza will consist of 6 lines. 3 quatrains. Quatrain means stanza consisting of 4 lines. So the other type of sonnets can be 3 quatrains with a couplet of 2 lines. The sonnets are brought to English by Wyatt and Surrey, and they were inspired by Petrarchan sonnets. Pastoral poetry has pastoral settings, and the characters will be shepherds. And instead of saying that, in case of Lycidas, instead of saying that he and Edward King went to the college together, he uses the phrase that they have gone to herd the sheep together, etc. Blank verse. Blank verse is a poem written in iambic pentameter, but it doesn't rhyme. Okay, free verse is often confused with blank verse. Free verse and blank verse is different. In the case of blank verse, it is written in iambic pentameter. That means there is a meter. But in the case of free verse, there is no meter, no rhyme. Narrative poetry is how an event can be narrated through a poetry. It can be done in first person or third person narrative. Dramatic monologue. Mono means one. So dramatic monologue. Monologue means one person is talking. One person will be talking about another a particular event or a happening or a person, and it will be done in a very dramatic way. The listener is there. We can know that the listener is there through the kind of discourse that is being done. For example, Browning's My Last Duchess. Haiku is a 3-line poem. The first line consists of 5 syllables, second line consists of 7 syllables, and third line consists of 5 syllables. Limerick is 5-line poetry which has got the rhyme A B B A. Lyric is a poem that has got musical quality. Examples of lyric are ode, sonnet, ballad, elegy, etc. Soliloquy we find mostly in dramas where the intrigue or where the plotting of the villain or the hero is being seen. And when the soliloquy is done, the character will come to the rare end of the stage and they will be doing it because it should be heard only by the audience. Okay, now next is villanelle. Villanelle is 19-line poems which consist of 5 3-line stanzas. The first line and the third line will be repeated. Next is Tanga. Tanga is similar to Haiku. It is like a Haiku with a couplet of 7 syllables. So it will be having 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 7 syllables. Cinquain is a 5-line poetry which has the rhyming A B B B AB, AAB or AB, CCB. Sestina is very much interesting. It is like 6 stanzas with 6 lines, and the 6 words that end in each stanza is being repeated. Acrostic is the use of up and down letters to spell a word. That, like in a stanza, the first letters of each lines can be read together as a word. It can be from up to down or from down to top. Metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical means beyond physical. The conceits that are used will be beyond physical. Example is John Donne's valediction forbidding mourning, where he compares lovers, himself and his wife, both the lovers, as the hands of a compass, saying that when he roams around, he actually goes abroad, and then she's alone there, she's pregnant. At that time he writes this poetry. So he says how this 2 lines of compass is like this. So when he roams, she is fixed, but she should also lean towards him to form the circle of life. That is being said. Then the last type of poetry can be satires. Satires whip the follies of the society. The follies of the society, the wrongdoings of the society will be satirized, will be mocked, and will be said in a very scorn way. And I hope all this, I have already discussed with you 21 types of poetry. I hope that is clear to you. Thank you.